to Straight Betting live show. I'm joined with my boy. It's been a minute. Since we chopped it up, talked some hoops. We got the mate, my favorite Australian in the world, even more than Dyson.
That's not hard. What happened to the intro, mate? I thought there was like an intro with Wemby and Ant, and I used to get it. Got me like hyped for it, but it's gone, mate.
I should have played it, dude. I fell off. I don't know what happened, man. Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's still there. I don't know. Which I should make a new one, or I don't know. That one was like a good morning one, dude, or like a late night, because that's when we were doing them. It was like early morning, late night. Like
I was almost dead during those streams.
Yeah, dude, we were grinding that shit. Anyways, dude, let's see. Should we just get right into it? OKC Knicks. What's your game of the night? I'm actually really interested in this Hornets Celtics game, which we can get into secondly. But I mean, what's your game of the night?
Game of the night, I'd say OKC Knicks, because OKC obviously elite team, and also personally, I barrack for them to lose every single game so we can try to catch them. And the Knicks also have been they've been number one net rating, pretty sure, as of late. They've been really fucking good. So, Can I swear on this? I forgot
to. F-bombs are sensitive to the algo.
Okay, all right. No. They've been really, really freaking good. So
really freaking good, man.
Yeah, I can't say that, mate. But yeah, they've been good. But so yeah, that I'm keen for that game because it's at the Garden as well, and we were talking before about stuff we like in that game, and I said the thing I like, and you said that you've already bet it, which is good that we're aligned there. But Boston Hornets, that's also a good game. I reckon that's a battle of two incredibly smart coaches.
Yep, me too. Joe Mazzulla, dude, I can't believe JB Bickerstaff's about to grift like a coach of the year, dude. I was looking at the odds for this year. Dog, JB Bickerstaff and this Pistons team, like we talked about this before, bro. This is like the fakest like team ever. Like, we'll get them to play hard every game. Like, we'll compete.
Yeah.
Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, JB Bickerstaff teams do this shit every single year, dude. I can guarantee you they do not win a finals this year. I would put a decent bid on that shit.
No, it's interesting because a lot of those teams that, are built on like grit and grind, you don't see many of them succeed in the playoffs to the highest degree. And the reason is, I think, because their edge in the regular season is like every game they're up for it physically. Then in the playoffs, like you sort of see the bridge gap. So like, of course, they're still going to be physical as fuck, but you see the other teams turn it up a notch, and the fouls stop getting called, so it becomes a grit and grind game anyway. So in a half court setting, if you can't execute consistently, which this Pistons team, they're not very good in the half court. If you can't do that consistently, then you're going to get found out.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, let's get into Thunder and Knicks. I know you're going to have the same thought as this. I'll quick give out a pick that I just made right before the stream. It's a little 0.5 units on each. I went with Josh Hart over 1.5 threes. I think it was like plus 120 or something on FanDuel when I got it. And then I went with Hart over 16.5 PA. I think that was like minus 110 at FanDuel. Sorry, I'm typing this in while I say that. There she is. Yeah, Liam, you want to talk about the reasoning behind it? Because I can guarantee you we have the exact same reasoning behind it.
It's just, Chet will guard him, right? They'll start a double big lineup of Chet and Hart. Oh, Chet and Hart, I should say. And Chet will guard him, and he'll roam off him, and he won't care because OKC are smart, and they know that, if you take away stuff in the paint and then kick it out to Josh Hart, that is a lower points per shot sort of thing than whatever will be in the paint. So pretty much they're fine with Josh Hart shooting. They're fine with Josh Hart running actions, which I like PA because not only is that open threes, it's also like, late closeouts means Hart can beat him off the dribble, which he does a lot. And then, depending how the defense rotates, that could be something at the rim, or it could be like a kick out, it could be a lob, it could be anything. So I like PA just because, the more touches you get, the more assist chances you get as well. So, and I also like his assist number. I think 4.5 is pretty low for the amount of front court touches he'll get today. So, I like PA for that one.
Yeah, so I think it's going to look somewhat similar to the Spurs. I like that and that's why I went with PA too. It's like, right, you're just going to get a shit ton more front court touches. They used him a lot as like a hub, like for dribble handoffs and stuff. if you look at the Spurs game, he had 9 potential assists, which doesn't really matter because I can guarantee you there's more off of like handoff stuff. 62 passes made. I think we both are in line with this, right? It's probably going to be similar, like defended. He's gonna like have to touch the ball, make as many passes, similarly to like how the Spurs do it. I mean, this is like maybe a little bit cherry picking. This is him with like 50 plus passes made this year, guys. I mean, he's averaging 6.8 assists in this sample. He's probably around that like 60 passes made mark again, plus wide open threes. I agree, dude. PA is the way to go. I also like sprinkling on threes just because I'm always a sucker for someone who's going to get.
You love 3-point props. I've noticed.
Yeah, I do, dude. I think
which like they're good. You're good at them, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I think threes. I don't like. It annoys me when like people bet on juiced threes, like anything more than like minus 125. It's like I kind of get the ick from like threes, dude. But like I love betting like plus money on threes, dude. I mean, because it's like they're the most variance prop, so like you might as well like play into it and get plus money at least, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I reckon. Yeah, I mean the logic is there. Plus 120 is good. He's been shooting like shit recently. That's the only reason I wouldn't go just points. Like, of course I like 3, but his last couple games he's been shooting like shit, and they haven't looked good either.
No, dude. Dude, he was so scared against it. Like that Spurs game, it's like you could just see like the confidence was like drained whatsoever. He's got to hit. Yeah. If he hits like his first 3 of the game, he might have like 20 points or something. You could definitely see that, but he goes over.
It's good. He's really aggressive though, because when we played him the other day, I go for the Spurs. Sorry, when I say we, like I'm part of the team. But when the Spurs played him, there was a couple of times when Wemby was guarding him, he'd actually drive it into Wemby, which is good because it shows like obviously he's a bit of a dog. Like he's not scared of a matchup. So and that's Wemby. So like if he's willing to do that against Wemby, he's willing to do that against Chet. Like, put his shoulder into the body of Chet, gain some leverage, and then go up. So which is good. So yeah, I think it's a great bet.
Yeah, feel for my attempt, folks. Like a field goal attempt prop for Hart. Liam, have you still been doing these just like on the side?
I do. I lost my Bet365 account about 3 days ago. So I'm actually getting a new one tonight. I'm getting my grandparents. Yeah, so that'll be done today because we've had to figure out some bank stuff. But once that's back, the last 3-point attempt I did was Portland played Atlanta the other day, and they had Onyeka threes at 4.5, and he was getting guarded by Klingon, and he I think he might have put up like 10 or 11 or something.
I think he hit 5 threes in the first quarter of that game because I was watching that and I was pissed. I was like, dude, why don't you just put him on Dyson? This makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because against some teams they do. Like against the Knicks, from memory, they put him on Hart, right? So the thinking's there, and it's a really obvious one to do as well. Like, why would you not put him on Dyson? Maybe a semi-tank. So I bet both of them, actually. I bet both Dyson and Onyeka over that game because I knew one of them would win, and the other one, if one of them's going to win, barring injury or foul trouble or whatever, then the other one's like a 50-50 line, you know. So I'm happy to split 1-1-1, but they both went over.
What do you think? So I'm looking at 365 right now. Would you play 9.5 field goal attempts for Hart at plus 105?
Yeah, that's a good bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Why not?
That's a good bet.
It's a good bet. Little 9.5 attempt piece for the Bet 365 folks. Anything else you like on this game? I mean, do you have any like strong opinions on other Knicks stuff?
There's nothing on the Knicks. Something I do like, and I'm waiting to see if we get it. His line actually bumped down, and we do have it. I'm going to look more into it, but I think this is a good spot to fade Jared McCain. Yeah. I was hoping his points was 9.5 before. It's now down to 8.5. He's been shooting really efficient. In the only high leverage game we've seen that he played, he only played 19 minutes, and that was against Denver, and that was with him going. Sorry, the only high leverage game we've seen him play for OKC with all the guys active tonight, like Shai and all those guys, was against Denver, and he played 19 minutes. And that was with him shooting 6 of 8 and 2 of 3 from 3. So, 19 minutes for a 12.5 PRA line, and that's like best case scenario, you'd assume. So there's always a chance like he can start 0 of 3 or 0 of 2, which, is probably in the higher ranges of outcomes than starting 2 of 3 or 3 of 3. And he probably sees like 14 minutes. And then you get a 12.5 PRA guy. You get 14 minutes for a 12.5 PRA guy who's nowhere near a 1 PRA per min guy. So I'm going to look into that a bit more, but I do like the thought process behind that.
Yeah. What about the we this is a little system of ours for like a little bit, and I think everyone else kind of caught up to it. But I mean, Caruso 10.5 PRA. I know it's the second night of a back-to-back, and he did play 19 minutes, which is maybe what's causing this to be a wee bit low, but high leverage Caruso.
Definitely lean over 100%. But like you said, I would rather it wasn't on the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah. What would you have him for minutes? I've
got him at, let me get my thing up. I've got him at 20. The OKC guys are hard to project for, though, because a lot of it depends on game flow. Like, if Caruso's shooting like ass and Jared McCain shooting better, you can see them in flip. If Isaiah Joe's shooting like shit, Caruso shooting good, you see them in flip. That sort of stuff.
Yep. No, facts.
If Aaron Wiggins starts 3 or 4 and Isaiah Joe starts 0 of 3, you'll see them in flip. So a lot of like this stuff's game flow. So I like in these scenarios, I like playing. I prefer the unders because there's usually more way outs.
No, I agree completely. Dude, Liam, what's your take on this one, man? So I'll give out another play that I had, and it looks like this is available at. Oh wow, this is at FanDuel. Okay, it's pretty juiced at some spots. I know Novig. I played it at Novig actually earlier. Novig had like 1,000 in liquidity, I believe, last time I checked. Dude, there's a 30 plus points for SGA. Dude, I mean, look at this, Liam. I was looking into this. If you do him, I mean, he's probably he played 33 against the Mavs last game. I don't expect him to really.
Playing 30. I mean, he had a 34-minute limit against. If the game's close, he's playing 34.
34, that's what I'm thinking. So 30 to 36 for sample size purposes. If you do without J-Dub this year over in 13 out of 16, if you do like all time, I mean, dude, like 80. I mean, dude, 30 is such a good number for SGA. Like, are you shitting me?
No.
In the guard.
Yeah, I was looking at it. Because he's like a guy you've really got to pick your spot to bet because he's one of those guys on a good team where, if he wanted to, against bad teams, he could score 40, 45 whenever he wanted. But yeah, this is a spot that makes sense to back him. I like it. I've got some questions. I've seen against a couple teams, I've seen the Knicks be really aggressive, but I'm thinking back, like I remember when they played, like I'm trying to think of teams where the offense all goes through one guy. And they played Cade at the Garden a couple weeks back, and they did nothing to stop him, and they got smashed. So yeah, I do like it. I think it's pretty good. I'll probably look more into it as well because if that price gets good for that, then yeah, I reckon it's a good bet.
What else? Do you have any other Thunder like? What's your take on Chet here?
I reckon he's shit. That's no, I'm joking. Nah. I don't really have any. I reckon the line pretty fair because the Knicks don't allow much inside. Although important to add, Mitch Robinson's not playing today. He's actually really important for them. So that does change things because he's a massive rim deterrent. But yeah, nothing for Chet over or under. I mean, 15.5 looks low, but I don't know. I don't think SGA is going to get that aggressive stuff, right? And if the Knicks are just funneling everything outside, then I don't think Chet's going to get too much run for him. I think it's a pretty, I think the line's pretty fair.
Yeah. No, I agree. Let's see, SGA. So yeah, I mean, dude, okay. I just played SGA 30 plus. I played this earlier, like I said, on Novig, dude. There's, like I said, I don't know if there's any liquidity anymore, but 30 plus points for SGA, dude. Like, I have to take that.
It's a good bet. It's a good bet.
He hunts that shit, dude. Like, he literally hunts.
Yeah, he does. He actually does.
Like, dude, I saw, like, yeah, I mean, dude, like, I'm pretty sure he checked in last game to like get it. It's like, okay, dude, whatever.
Yeah. No, he does for sure. He's a funny one in that he does stat pad before. We've seen that. Although this isn't a game he's going to be stat padding. This is a game that you want to bet him because he's going to be fucking trying hard because it's an important game.
Yeah, 36.5 PA. I think is good too.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just posting something to my thing.
Yes, I'm posting too.
I'll talk. How shitty are your Timberwolves against bad teams?
Dude, it's terrible.
You keep every team in the game every time. I haven't looked into it too much, but there's been a couple edges I found this season that you can sort of like spam. Do you reckon I'd be interested to see the number of like Timberwolves first half spreads against teams with a record 500 or lower? Because I feel like every time you play a bad team, you're losing a halftime.
Yeah.
And you do come out back to win, but I'll give out an edge here that I think the books are going to adjust to it a little bit. So like, I don't know how many people even care about my opinion, but the Warriors lines without Curry and Butler this season for the spread are just off every game. They overvalue the Warriors massively. I've been sort of blind betting it a little bit. Not every game, but like I'd say like 80% of the games Curry and Butler have missed, I've bet the other side. And it's just they think the Warriors are better than what they actually are without those two. Like the other night when they played the Clippers with Kawhi and Garland was back and all that game was a pick'em. That makes no sense.
Yeah, no,
like that team's on-off stuff with Curry and Butler out are just dreadful.
Yeah, no, I agree, bro. Yeah, no, I saw you play that, dude. I need to start doing those like spreads. Those spreads, I don't know. We follow the league too closely to not have like somewhat of an edge on spreads. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's going to be smaller, but there's some you can find. Like, I mean, that Warriors one, that's an edge. The books overvalue the Warriors without Curry and Butler. So that's an edge I found, and I've been sort of spamming it, and it's been really good. Like, I'd say it's the 65 to 70% hit rate for me this season.
Fading the shitty dubs.
They are shitty.
All right, let's see. Do we have any questions on this one? I think we have like a lot, dude. It's the SGA one. Diawara at 5.5 without Mitch. He's been good, man, and he's someone who could get some spot up looks.
He's a good player. He's actually good. I like him.
He'll shoot the ball. I don't hate like 1.5 threes at this price, personally, honestly.
No, I back that. I reckon he's a good player as well.
Yeah.
Like I actually think he's I think he'll be a winning player. It's funny because the Knicks got Sohan and they're like celebrating, but DOR is way fucking better, and they already had him.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on McCall to hit 2 threes? I don't bet on McCall anymore. The Muck Gamer, dude. He just. I don't know.
I mean, just by the way, okay, so to defend, he should get. Got him at how many attempts? I'd have him at like 6 attempts, I think, maybe. So yeah, I mean, depends what the juice is. If you can get a plus money, not bad.
Okay, let's move on to Hornets Celtics. There's a couple. So I don't know if you've noticed this, Liam. I got down on some pretty good numbers. I got on a con under 18.5. I feel obviously really good about that one. I also got in on a Derek White under 23.5 PA. But one thing I've noticed with Boston now is like they're not this massive catch and shoot funnel. Of course, Missoula is always itching to leave like bum wide open. I don't think let's exactly have that here.
You can't do it against Charlotte.
No. But what they did against Maxey, dude, I remember watching this game. Did you watch that Sixers Celtics game at all? And it backs it up with the numbers.
I didn't actually. No.
They played Maxey in a super deep drop coverage and let him shoot as many pull-ups as he wants. I think Maxey ended up 34 shots. So they're a drop team now. If you look at like last time, they're not really giving up catch and shoot. They're still obviously, doing all they can to not give up points in the paint. But I kind of think that this is going to be a pretty good volume spot for B. Miller and LaMelo. I think that what Missoula wants here, because obviously, like if you look at like LaMelo and Miller aren't efficient scorers, and I think that he's going to be completely fine with them shooting as many pull-ups as they want. So, the LaMelo Ball back-to-back conundrum, I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. I mean, dude, he closed 19.5 against Dallas on the front end. This is like the biggest game in like Charlotte history, dude. Like,
are you still living in Charlotte?
Yeah.
You should go to the games. I saw a video of the arena. It's like rocking.
It is rocking. I'm always doing like this shit though at night. But
true, yeah. I forgot you're a degenerate.
Yeah, I'm on the grind, bro. But yeah, do you have any?
What I'll say about Boston and schemes is their coach is really smart and he does the smartest things. I think a good example is against the Nuggets the other day. I played because they've been a really aggressive team against the high usage guys. So I played a parlay, as you guys would call it, of a Jokic alt under points and a Jokic alt over assists. And they literally did not send a double all game. They would go under on screens. They'd defend him in the post one-on-one, which is the way you should be defending Jokic. Because, I mean, like, when you go shot, it works out to lower. So, like, I think with Boston, I think they do the smart thing pretty much every time. And that, I think this is an interesting game because the Hornets have so many shot makers and so many guys who can hit shots. If you're funneling shit out to the 3-point line, you're going to get killed. So I do think they're going to do a drop here, a deep drop, and just force mid-range stuff, which I think is a smart way to go.
Yeah. So, I mean, one thing too. I think Miles Bridges is pretty undervalued, Liam. One little edge that I'm about to give out to, and I talked about this earlier, is ever since Grant Williams came back, if you look at games with Grant Williams, let's do like with LaMelo, Miller, Khan, Miles has only been at 28.1 minutes per game. And then if you do without Grant, and then he came back, like he had like a 38-minute game against Dallas, a 30-minute game and a 27-point win. So they really ride Bridges a lot without Grant Williams, which makes sense, right? I mean, he's kind of like his direct backup. So it looks like the market's a little bit accounted for this. And I don't know if I love the matchup. I think he's a little bit too like scoring at the rim reliant for like a good matchup against Boston. But I don't know. He's not exactly a great shooter, dude. Like if you give Bridges, I think I'd project him for like 33 minutes here. If you give him like 30 to 36, I mean, what's his hit rate on like 1.5 threes? I mean, okay, that's not very good. I'm just like talking over my ass, but I don't know. So I guess if you had to like play someone, would you lean towards Melo and Miller overs?
Yeah, probably. I'd probably go Miller overs just because it's been better. Actually, no. The reason I said that is because as of late, Melo minutes on back-to-backs have been a bit dicey. But on Jan 30th, he played 31 minutes on the second night of a back-to-back against Dallas. But he didn't only play 23 minutes before that. I'd probably go Miller just because there's always the question mark of Melo on the second night of a back-to-back. Because what did he play last night? Like 26, 27? He played 30 last night. Played 29. So that's interesting.
Liam, hold up. I'm about a quick shout out a niche market. I might play Melo at 6. I love betting on LaMelo, dude. I feel like I have a decent like beat on him for whatever reason. Well, I got like lucky as shit with his under last game. Not gonna lie, I shot like 5 for 19. But Liam, the 365 market, I can guarantee you this line's gonna be mad low too, dude. His 2-point field goals attempted line for LaMelo is 5.5. It is minus 155, but drop coverage, I think like you said, they do this smart thing. So they're probably really gonna try to force it because Melo, honestly, dude, Melo's dog shit at like finishing like his 2-point field goal percentage sucks. 2-point field goals made for LaMelo is at 2.5, minus 105. Attempted is 5.5, minus 155.
Yeah, I mean the reason his 2-point percentage dog shit is because he doesn't do anything at the rim. It's all like floater mid range stuff. But yeah, I do like that because they'll force me like those fucking floaters. That shit. What's the spread for this game?
6.5.
Boston 6.5.
Browns.
Oh, it's at Boston.
So you got to bet the Hornets.
I was hoping it was like a bit lower because Hornets have been. Do you know they're number one in net rating? No, their lineup, their starting five, like number one in net rating or some shit.
Yeah.
They're Diabate, Ball, Knuckle, Bridges stuff.
Yeah, they're absurd, dude. They're a good team. Celtic stuff. I really like Brown over. This line's gone. I like the 27.5 line for Brown. Hornets really been defending the 3-point line good recently. Not giving up catch and shoot stuff, but giving up a lot of pull up stuff. Charles Lee's a smart coach. I think that they're going to be completely fine. They're like top 5 in mid-range field goal attempts allowed over the last 10. I think they're top 5 in pull-up field goals made or attempted as well. So they're allowing a lot of like that mid-range in between stuff. And, they're not giving up catch and shoot. Why would you want to give up catch and shoot to a team with D. White, Pritchard, Hauser, Shireman? I think you're going to see a lot of single coverage for Brown. So I don't know if I love the 28.5 line, but, it should be a good minute spot too, right? If you give him like 30 to 40, I'd probably have him at like 35. I mean, pretty good hit rate for Brown. So, I mean, what's your take on the Celtics?
No, definitely overs. Charlotte, another one, smart team. And both these teams very similar, where like if you're funneling stuff out to other guys, you're probably going to get killed because there's so many shooters all over the floor. So another smart team. I think you're going to see Brown get a lot of shots. I like it. Definitely lean over on his points.
Yep. Any thoughts? Any unders sticking out to you on the Celtics side, or?
Nah, this game I actually probably won't have anything in. There's nothing. Probably the closest thing to a bet is Brown or Miller overs, but I wish both of them were 1 point lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, nothing sticking out to me here.
Okay. Let's go over to Utah at the 76ers. What a crapshoot of a game, dude. I'll give the floor to you first, I guess. Dude, is Tyrese Maxey just like a little bit too high? Not gonna lie, bro. Like, I totally get that they're playing the Jazz and they suck and blah blah blah, but I don't know, man.
So the reason, like, yes, and the Jazz, even though they're tanking, they still play aggressive stuff against the Stars, right? We saw it against Jokic last game. They still play aggressive stuff. They're also like a catch and shoot funnel. So yes, it's high from that perspective, but the rebuttal would be the Sixers' best next best guy who can do anything on offense is Quentin Grimes, who, he's been good before. He's been really bad as of late. And then if you go after that, I would argue their next best scorer with ball in hand is maybe Campaign or maybe Trendon Watford.
Yeah, Watford. I agree.
So that is the rebuttal because he should have a shit ton of usage. They're still trying to win. I've got them playing an 11-man rotation, but that includes them playing Tyrese Martin, Dalen Terry, Campaign, and Jabari Walker. All of those guys suck. And it wouldn't surprise me if one of those guys doesn't actually play. So, yeah, that's the rebuttal. Like, there's not many players. They don't have any good players. He should see a shit ton of usage. And also, this is a team that sucks. Their offense is pretty shit. Although, Keonte George is playing, which is good, but could see a lot of, like, transition stuff where, Maxey just gets a shit ton of free throws as well. Yeah. This wouldn't surprise me as a Maxey high free throw game, actually.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. I agree, dude. What about So we talked about this before stream. Campaign though, dude. I think this is a great spot for him, dude. Like, he's gonna be a big time. I can guarantee you, like, above the break threes was like 55% of his points last game. You know that they're gonna be there, dude. 8.5. And you said I didn't catch this, but you said he did start the second half.
He started the second half yesterday against. Did we play yesterday against them? When we played him, I think it was yesterday. He started the second half because VJ Edgecombe hurt his back on like the last possession, which that shows. I don't know if that's going to stick. If I was Nick Nurse, I would go. I'd go Maxey, Grimes, Justin Edwards, Drummond, and actually no, I'd probably go Watford. I'd go Watford and Boner, but he won't do that. But I'm a little bit skeptical because this isn't a defense that's going to get in your face. So, like, I feel like against this team, if you're smart, you sort of want to surround Maxey with shooters. And, like, Quentin Grimes can also handle the ball as well. So, wouldn't surprise me if he wants Campaign running the second unit. But, if you want to get in early, you'd have to do it now because he did start last game, although I'm a little bit skeptical about it
here. Yeah. I'm waiting for Justin Edwards lines personally, fellas. That's the guy I have circled. Yeah, Millie Prop said it too. I agree, dude. Justin Edwards. I'm not messing around with Barlow, dude. I think he stinks. Like,
he does stink.
I think Drummond could have a game against Filipowski. His double-double, I think, is a pretty good look, dude. Because look at this too, man. If you guys want to like play, because I think Drummond has a lot of variance to him. Like, you know, he might get benched and be shit or something. But dude, if he just plays like 30 minutes or something, which I think is definitely in the range of outcomes. Like, I mean, dude, this is him with like 32 plus or 26 plus minutes. He's going to get a double, dude, if he, you know, plays good enough to not get benched. So
yeah, he also played 32 minutes against Boston a couple nights back. Yeah, against us, he played 5 minutes. That game was so funny. He got 2 fouls in the first like 2 minutes, and one of them you could read Wemby's lips. Right, Wemby got him with a pump fake, and Drummond jumped, and Wemby took it to the rack, and then Drummond like hard fouled him, and then Wemby turned around laughing, and then you could see him mouth. He said, "You're so shit," and he was just laughing. And then Drummond didn't come back in the game after that. Pretty funny.
Jeez, dude.
But no, I think he'll play. I think he'll play here because I mean, you don't. I think you don't really need to. Yeah, this isn't the game we'll get in foul trouble. You don't think? Also, another something I've noticed about Filipowski, his usage has gone down. He used to be really aggressive when he he'd get in games, right? That's not really the same. But what are you looking at? Tyrese Maxey.
So this is Edgecombe, Ray,
38.
Paul George.
He's gone at a point a minute.
Yeah. I mean, dude, honestly, like, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take his over because we just know how the Jazz are going to like defend and shit.
Yeah. But nah. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. But no, I agree. Justin Edwards is a good one here.
I hope he starts. Actually, I don't even care if he starts or not. I hope he doesn't start. So like keep his line a little bit low. That would be nice. Look at that.
Sure.
That's cool. Do you have any Jazz thought, dude? I'm pretty out on the Jazz stuff.
No, I was telling you before, this is a tough one because their rotations are very game fluid and you see them tank. And this is a game, it wouldn't surprise me if they're in it. And if they're in it, fair chance I don't think Keonte George plays the fourth quarter. And then who knows what others they put into that line. Like it might be Filipowski might be playing well, he might not play then. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They got 14 players available today as well. So yeah, bit of a crapshoot. Nothing really I'm keen on.
Dude, I like Keontae's unders, bro. This feels mad high. I agree with your take completely, dude. Like the Denver game was an outlier, right? I mean, Denver, like the game kind of actually got like chippy. Like clearly, it's like, okay, we're not going to win this game. Like it's Denver. And they kind of probably just like let them play it out, right? Okay, like, dude, if we get a win against Denver, like so be it, whatever. Like the fans are into it, blah, blah, blah. Dude, this is such a game where Keontae is going to play like 25 minutes.
I think so. It's also important to note this is only his second. He's only played like 2.5 games since Jan 31st. So
yeah,
it's not like he's been playing consistently. He's in a rhythm. He was really good last game, but that was because Jokic was in drop all game, which wouldn't surprise me. Drummond and Boner did the same thing here. Actually, I know Boner doesn't do that, but Drummond probably would be. But yeah, what scares me, I think it's a good per min spot for him, points wise. That's what would scare me. And you could also see in a way of, Philly are favored by 8.5 and Philly are up by 10, 15 throughout the game. And then he just plays the whole thing, plays like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would lean under, just given the devil's advocate point of view.
What would you, if you had to pinpoint it, what would you put Keontae's minutes at? 25 when you factor? I mean, what's his floor? Well, like 23, 24?
I think the floor would be like 20, 22. Because it's 22, 23, and I think the ceiling would be 30. I mean, he played 30 against Denver in a game. That's his second game in a month. And they were running proper rotations, and he was cooking, and he only played 30 in a game they were trying to win. So
yeah, I
think the ceiling would be 30.
So if we split the difference, give him 26 minutes, I think that's a fair projection, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is with Laurie, Jaren, Walker Clayton, who got traded, Nurkic off. I don't know. He's had a PRA per minute. I think it's a good under, personally.
Yeah, I would lean under. The devil's advocate would be if Andre Drummond's in drop, would you be surprised to see him just absolutely kill his minutes in a starting lineup that doesn't have much usage apart from him?
No, that's true.
Although I will say they've been running a lot more stuff for Ace, like a lot more. stuff off screens and all that sort of shit. So yeah, that would help your case for sure.
And Sixers been giving up a lot of catch and shoot stuff too, which I think is good for like not Keonte, for someone else, but Keonte to take the shots, I guess. Okay, cool. Let's move it down to Blazers Grizzlies, dude. I really like, so I got in on like an elite GG line this morning, dude. 12.5. Grizzlies have been like a no bet team for me, kind of. Absolute crapshoot. Dude, I think Taylor Hendricks might not play too. They guarded, dude, if they start Omax at the 5, he's gonna get guarded by Klingon. That happened a few times. He actually kind of like he shot 3 for 13, shot 9 for 13, 7 for 8 from deep, 2 for 9 from 3. So someone on Novig's trying to grift an Omax threes line I can see right now, and smart person. Not take that under money. But Omax, I think, is like a really big sleeper, dude, because I think that he's for sure going to get that Klingon assignment.
He will. And I think he got it. I reckon I watched the Blazers Grizzlies game pretty recently, and I reckon I can recall him taking a shit ton of threes.
Yeah, dude. 9 threes attempted, 8 threes attempted, 365. What you got for me, bro?
The trusty Bet365. I can't wait to bet on your parents' account.
Dude, I might like put my account at risk if there's a 3.5 Omax threes line, bro. It's minus 160.
Yeah,
but
who cares? I mean, it's just the shit. Like, who cares if the sun was paying minus 160 to rise tomorrow? I'd be betting it. So, I mean, that's a good bet. It should be higher.
Yeah, dude, it's insane, bro. I mean, even like the attempts, bro, like 10.5 attempts at plus money. I might just like put like a shit ton on both of them and see what happens.
The Grizzlies, I know you say it's a crapshoot. I actually don't think it is a crapshoot. I bet them a little bit, not much, but a little bit. It's like the guys who start the game, right? You pretty much have to factor in, depending how many players they have. They usually have like 9 or 10 players, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much everyone plays 24 to 26 minutes. And it's the guys who start the game, that 5 plays the first 6 minutes of every quarter, and the other guys play the last 6 minutes of every quarter. And they don't try to win because they're not bringing the starters back on to close games.
They don't try to win.
But this is one where they've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They've got 9 players available, and that includes Taylor Hendricks, who's questionable. So, yeah, I've got GG at 28 minutes here, and yeah, you got a really good line. I've got him at 15.5, so you got a really good line.
Look at this, dude. I mean, this is like a very small sample, obviously, bro. But since the trade deadline, with Cedric, Aldama, Ty, and Pippen off, GG's usage rate is at 28.4%. He's averaging 20.6 points per 28 minutes. Looks pretty good. Look at Omax too, dude. I don't know what the hell is going on with Omax. He probably, I mean, these have to be like the Klingon minutes, right? Because it's like
would be.
But yeah, I mean, he's crushing too. But like that's up. Like, do not take this as like, oh, this is Omax should be at 22.5. Like, do not take it as that. But I mean, that's encouraging to see at the bare minimum, right? Is there anyone's like assist?
Yeah, 100%. It's I think you got a great line. I think everything's pretty well adjusted. And to be fair, there's only 4 props on FanDuel right now for Memphis. So there's not much to look at. But yeah, I think you got a good line. There's nothing on Memphis' side I'm keen on. And on Portland's side, I can't really bet anything until I know if Denny Abdi is playing. Yeah. And that just changes everything.
Dude, if Denny plays and Klingon goes down to 25.5 PR, I'll probably play that. Because, I mean, dude, he's played this Memphis team twice without a center. I mean, bro, he had like 17 boards, 13 points in only 25 minutes, and then basically had a 20.
Funny though, because this Memphis team doubles hard, but he doesn't get any of his stuff through post-ups. So
it's all putbacks, dude. And he might get like
putbacks. It's all someone takes it to the rim. He's there for a dump off. I think it's a good bet because he'll play. Even though Rob Williams is playing, he'll play because of the game. They should be comfortable. They're not going to like limit his minutes, so he should be like 25, 26 minutes. I think it's a pretty clear he's over PR per min spot for him.
Yeah. So I'm waiting. Yeah, if Denny goes down to 25.5, I'm gonna hop on that. I think. Yeah, they do double a lot, man. I actually think that like Denny. I mean, what I've noticed, like the archetype of person against the Memphis is that they sit in the gaps very heavily. It's kind of like the spot up guys who are slashers or catch and shoot guys, right? Who can like attack a closeout and go to the cup. Those are kind of like the arc. Like Io last game had a really good game. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of what I've noticed from that Memphis or from watching Memphis a few times.
Yeah, I agree. Back that. There's nothing. Yeah, I think we should move on to the next game. I don't think there's much we can really talk about more until we know Denny's in.
So I'll start with this one. I should have played it clearly. I liked Giannis at 4.5 dimes this morning. He's at 5.5 now. Just played the Hawks, had 16 potentials, only had a 30% usage rate, which is, I mean, only 30%, but that's usually 35%. So it seems like they're being pretty aggressive on the threat. And I guess you could maybe build like a little story off that, tell yourself a little script or something, maybe like Rollins or I don't even know. I like Kuminga on. I think it's like a decent sell coming off some Wizards.
Ty, what I will say about that game, that was one of his recent games, right?
Yeah.
Look at the stretch of Giannis's games around there. That's when he gave up and he wasn't trying. Like watching those games, it was like it wasn't Giannis. He'd get the ball, and if there was gaps, he wouldn't attack the gaps. He'd do like a dribble handoff. Okay. So, I'm not saying they weren't aggressive. They might have been, but like, yeah, in that, like against the Spurs, he was getting played in single coverage by Wemby, and he took 12 shots in 22 minutes.
But I mean, he was a point per minute there.
He was.
This guy,
yeah, he was. Yeah,
one from deep though, so really should have been like 18 points on 22 minutes.
Yeah, but well, and also against the Hawks, he took 12 shots, 12 free throws in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
OKC double. Yeah, but no, that period I remember he wasn't very. He didn't look himself.
So do you have any Bucks thoughts for this one? No, Kevin Porter Jr., Ryan Rollins is chilling at 16.5. Looks like Cam Thomas got a little bump up too.
This is a tough one because it's hard. I like Usman Dang stuff if he starts again. 9.5 is a bit higher. I bet him last time.
Me too.
Look, he played 30 minutes against Boston, and did he close that game in junk time? He might have, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, his first half minutes were definitely like they weren't some like charity stuff.
No, yeah, he played. He played, but you could also make the argument that like he started hot shooting wise. So like, did that contribute to him playing?
True.
But yeah, no, Cam Thomas is interesting here, I reckon, because he should go back to like his 20-minute a game role off the bench. But also, I've done my projections with Kyle Kuzma being a DMP because he was a DMP last game, coach's decision. I don't really think Kevin Porter Jr. out affects that because they've got guards that can handle the ball. And that's not really him. So I've got him as a DMP. So it's sort of hard. Like your projections sort of depend if you have Kyle Kuzma playing or not. I don't. So I've got Cam Thomas at 24 minutes, which his points line's too low for him. So I'll probably bet that unless there's any like coach speak. I'll probably bet his PRA. Unless there's some coach speak that talks me out of it. I like to look at that based on the minutes I've got him at.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with that take. I think that the Bucks have been a team I have not liked betting on much. I feel like Doc is like doing random shit like all the time.
He does.
What the hell he's doing?
He does. He loves Dieng. He loves Dieng, I reckon.
Yeah. I remember there's a quote, and that's why I played it actually. I played it off of a quote. It was like, oh yeah, like Usman starting because Doc loves the chemistry with Giannis.
Denny out, by the way.
Okay. Damn, dude. That sucks.
That means it'll go up. Why not? It's annoying.
Yeah. Bucks massive catch and shoot funnel. Do you have any Hawks stuff you like? I know Nquille had an awesome game, dude, against the Bucks last time. 16 threes he got up, dude. That's pretty crazy. Like I said, I like Kuminga's under. I think it's just a nice sell. Bucks do a good job of protecting the rim, and it's like if Kuminga beats you by like going 3 for 4 from deep, I think it's fine. I think that kind of would have to be the case, but
yeah, I need to look into it. I reckon against Portland, let me try to find it. When they played Portland, give me a second. I'm using your straight betting game rotation website right now, and it's a bit slow. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
it definitely takes a little while to load sometimes,
Nah.
but it always loads, right?
It loads. I've got it.
Loads.
Kuminga. Yeah, he did a shit ton of his scoring in that game. He scored 11 points in the fourth quarter of that game where there was none of the starters playing against Portland. And he played a fair few minutes in that. I think he was only tracking for a 24-minute stint. And he did a lot of his scoring in the fourth quarter. He also doesn't actually get that many touches either. Like a lot of his stuff's fast break, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I agree. I reckon his over is a bit high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have an unofficial play. This is a Novig line only play. There's $3,500 on it. So for $3,500 worth of liquidity, some projection bro clearly thinks that Nickeil Alexander-Walker's not in a good spot. There's a minus 130, $3,500 in liquidity on Nquille. If you guys have Novig, which you should have if you are in the States or in a legal state or in a state that has Novig, of course. I just played a little bit of Nquille to hit over 2.5 threes. So guys, check out Novig. I do have a link to download it below. Use my code TYSB. It gets you a purchase match. What is it? So yeah, if you deposit $25, give you 50 free. So use code TYSB, guys. Tail me on this Nquille line at 2.5. I think the 2.5 3-point line at minus. I think this minus 130 is a really good price. I mean, you're beating FanDuel by 20 cents. You're beating all these other books by a lot. What's your? Oh, and someone just went pretty ham on Nquille. I'm watching the liquidity dip. Easier to watch.
Sixers just announced their starting lineup. I think I know what Utah's game plan is going to be, unless they're trying to lose. But if they're trying to win, the starting lineup is Maxey, Grimes, which is standard, and then you've got Watford, Barlow, and Boner. Okay. Not much shooting there.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to win a game of basketball, it's pretty obvious what scheme you deploy on the defensive end to stop Maxey. But do they do that? Probably, maybe, but wouldn't be surprised if they don't.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they're not trying to win. Remember, like I know there's tanking. They tank in games. Some teams tank before the games, and then like they'll rest guys, and the coach will then coach. Where they actually tank in games. Like if they're winning or they're competitive and there's players playing well, they don't see the floor again. So it's tough, in my opinion.
Yeah. Trendon Watford starting, dude. He's a good PRA per minute. Like, dude, he's a guy who can scale up his game like pretty good.
I like him. I like him here.
What does the on-off stuff say? I mean, dude, like realistically, I mean, what would you do for the on-off filters? Do you really have to take Oubre off the court? Like, is he really gonna impact usage a ton?
Nah, just take Embiid off and then take Embiid and George off, put Maxey on. And then that will show, because then whatever this is, you can always bump it up a little bit more because there's a couple more guys out. And he does see a little usage spike, doesn't he?
Yeah. What would you have? Watford?
Do 28.
Okay. Yeah, good usage stuff. 12, 6, and 4. Probably bump it up a little bit because of no VJ, no Kelly. Maybe bump it up a little bit more because of the Jazz just like being terrible at defense too. Like, I don't know. Like, would you say like if Trendon's line opens up at 20, like 21.5, and it's this numbers, but you also know that there's no Edgecombe and Oubre and that they're playing the Jazz, would you say that's an edge?
Repeat that again.
So like if this line opens up at 21.5 PRA, you know that there's also no Edgecombe and no Kelly Oubre, and you also know that it's against the Jazz. Would you play it?
Probably.
I don't know if I like love the matchup for him, to be honest, dude. Like, I don't know. I just like betting on spot up guys, dude, like against the Jazz.
Yeah, but he's also like, there's spot up guys, but there's also once the rotations start happening, that's when gaps open. So like, if you're betting on a guy who's going to be around the perimeter, and then they're a good fast break team as well. He's on the fast break, and he also does a lot of the he'll beat the defender and he'll do like a little floater, which that'll be open for him. But I'm waiting for his lines on FanDuel. They're not up yet. Do you have him on whatever you're on?
I don't see him anywhere personally. I don't see Edwards either.
He'll get a line, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, let's quick just like go over Pacers Clippers. Honestly, dude, I really like Kawhi at 27.5, especially if Siakam and Nembhard and Nesmith play. I'm like definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I like that. He tries hard in these games, even when they're like expected to win.
Yeah,
I do like that.
Derek Jones, do you have any opinion on his under 11.5? I mean, I know he could easily just like get like some like random like shit at the rim, but like I feel like this is a game where
I'm looking now. I bet he's under 17.5 PR against the Timberwolves. And I'm looking at his splits. He finished with 19 PR, shot 7-11 from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3. And I looked last game and he fucking took 12 shots, 6 free throws, and scored 9 points. Give me something.
Yeah, this is like he's like, how is he gonna touch the ball outside of like an offensive rebound or like dude? They're just gonna like fly get the spot and like shoot it over and over again.
Yeah, no, I do like it. I also like Mathurin.
Yeah, if I kind of like Yannick, if those guys sit, I don't think that they are gonna sit if they're upgraded to.
Actually, I'll tell you something interesting about Mathurin. He closes games with the bench.
Like garbage time.
Garbage time. He played garbage time last game as well against who did they play?
Golden State.
I'm pretty sure he played in garbage time. I reckon I remembered. I think I took a note of it.
Go to the rotations, bro.
Just waiting for them to load. Do you have it up?
No, let me quick pull it up though. Let's see. I don't want to lose my place. Let's see. Actually,
oh no, hang on, I got it. Yeah, he did. He played the whole last quarter. So him and Jordan Miller played with the bench mob. So that's an interesting one because I mean, if I think there's a bet there because if Siakam and Nembhard play, I'm probably betting Kawhi, and then if they don't play and the spread balloons out, I'm probably betting Mathurin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And it's I feel like Mathurin and Carlisle didn't really like each other. Maybe there's a little motivation there.
Yeah, he does strike me as a guy who'll be like, fuck you, I'm gonna try to beat you.
Yeah. Mathurin used to have like that dog in him when he was a rookie. Remember he used to be like shitting on LeBron and stuff. Do you have any
he got in like a fight in the Rising Stars game with Jaden Ivey.
Oh yeah. Do you have any opinions? Clippers been giving up like no catching. They're really like giving up no spot up stuff. Really, it's all like kind of drop and they've been a really good defense recently. But
it's hard to bet anything until you know if Siakam and Nembhard are playing.
Yeah,
to be honest.
True. Would you go DJJ under maybe if Siakam if all those dudes are out?
Who? DJJ.
I mean, because 11.5, dude. Am I tripping? That seems like a little bit high, dude. With like Garland now playing,
high. That does seem high.
I feel like he's like a 9.5 guy. Like,
yeah, he usually is. I mean, when everyone's playing, he's like 8.5, 9.5.
Yeah,
but it'll be interesting to see if Garland probably won't start here again. No, the only thing in this game, I like Kawhi stuff if those guys play, and I still like Mathurin stuff because he'll close. I saw someone in your chat say that Garland will close. I can guarantee you Garland will not close. He's on a minute limit.
Oh, really? I mean, I know
Garland?
he's on a minute. You don't think he'll close? Like if it's a close game?
Oh, sorry. I thought he meant Garland closes in junk time.
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, I'm not sure. He actually might not. He might not close even if it's. I think it might be fluid. What happens there? I've got him at 24 minutes.
Yeah, me too. Okay, cool. I think that we just summed up the slate. I guess like to summarize it, SGA 30 plus points, Josh Hart PA. What else did we do? It was I played some Nquille 2.5 threes at that -130 at Novig. I don't know if that's that shit. Oh wow, that dude literally all 3,500 got eaten up quick. Holy shit. That's cool. Yeah. Nice. Let's see. I just made a pro betters day by helping fill that order.
You did.
Cool. I mean, was there anything else that we kind of holding on? Oh yeah. Olmac stuff, dude. Yeah, the field goal attempt lines are great, I think. On 365. LaMelo 2.5 field goal attempts or twos. if you 2-point field goal attempt shit, I think that's good.
What's his field goal made for twos?
2.5.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, it actually is crazy. Okay, cool, fellas. Well, I think that's gonna do it. Let's see. Oz, is there anything you got to say for us before you go?
Not much, mate. Covered everything. Good to get on here, and hopefully, everyone makes a bit of money. And I saw someone mention the footy starts tonight. You'll have no idea what I'm talking about, but Aussies would know, which is good for us.
Yeah, the footy. Are you tailing anyone for footy this year?
Nah, it's hard. You can't really. It's a much softer line, so you can sort of beat them yourself. But also, like, I don't think there's any good footy bettors who run services here. A lot of it's like Bet365 stuff and early stuff and all that sort of shit. So it's hard for me personally.
Yeah, no sports bet.
No, I haven't found anyone yet. I've been looking, can't find them.
Sweet. Well, anyways, guys, check out Liam on Twitter at Ozbets. I don't know. Do you do much on Twitter anymore?
I had to re-download the app to quote tweet your thing.
You've been trying to lock in. Did you realize how much of like a brain rot X can be?
Yeah, it's a fucking brain rot. I think, yeah. No, don't, I guess you can follow me at Twitter if you want. Might not post much, but
yeah,
sure thing.
Gonna get that follower count up, I guess. Yeah. I would with this SGA line. People are asking about Watford 20.5. They said it's at, I think I saw people say it's at the Fanatics and Hard Rocks. I mean, yeah, I like that personally. I think that minutes are pretty high variance, but I mean, dude, if the most likely outcome happens, I think that 28 is a pretty solid projection.
Yeah, agree.
Cool. All right, sweet. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in. With that being said, best of luck on your wager maxing tonight. Peace out.